I've been sitting next to him every night almost for 6.5 years. On Friday, Ed Sardella is leaving his regular duties as anchor of 9 News at 10. Ed and I had a conversation about his more than 25 years at 9 News, his favorite stories, and what he'll miss. Here are Ed's reflections one-on-one.
Well, I'm very honored to have been allowed to stay here that long, not only in a city, but at one station. It's unusual, and I can't give you 5 reasons why that's happened, but I'm just very fortunate that it has, and I feel honored that the viewers have allowed me to do that.
Do you feel like you've made an impact in this market?
Oh yeah, I think I have, with a great lack of modesty, I might add. I think I have in terms of raising the bar a little bit on the information side and the quality of the information side of the business. My involvement in this business has been like a kind of a three-sided table. One leg of the table is promotion and marketing. The second leg of the table is the logistics of just simply getting this big thing, this show, this new show together and getting it on the air and doing it decently. It's a huge, huge challenge. And then the third leg is the quality of what you're saying and how you're saying it. And that's the short leg. And we've all experienced a restaurant where the table is wobbling. And I kind of see myself as that piece of paper that's folded in quarters or eighths and stuffed under the short leg. It's never been enough to completely balance the table, but it's made eating at that table a little bit better.
We've done thousands of stories. Is there any one that impacted you personally?
I think the one that probably has had two really that have had the most effect. The first one was the Pope's visit in 1993, but one specific incident in that. And that was that one day during his visit, he went up to St. Malo, up by Estes Park, to meditate in prayer and spend the day by himself quietly. And when it was all finished, he walked down the hill toward the road, toward the highway, to get in his helicopter and come back. And all of a sudden, unbeknownst to anybody, he makes a sharp turn, walks directly to the barrier that is blocking the highway, and there are a few dozen people there that were hoping for nothing more than a very distant glimpse of him. He walks right up to them, he starts talking to them, he lets them kiss his hand, or kiss his ring rather, and he hugs a few, and those people were just completely overwhelmed that this man, this great man in their minds, would make the effort of going over there. But I have to admit that I shed a few tears over that moment. It was just priceless, and I will never forget that. That's probably the crowning moment of my career, and the camera and the microphone caught it all, and it's just beautiful.
Now, you mentioned two. You mentioned the Pope. What was the second one?
The second one was my visit to Bosnia. In spite of the fact that I had been in the Marine Corps and that I actually had a very short stay in Vietnam, I never had seen war. And when I went to Bosnia, I saw the effects of war, although I wasn't involved in war itself and didn't see people getting shot, but I saw the effects. And most important, more important than that, is that I saw the people emerge from so many weeks and months of siege, and they dressed themselves up and they had smiles on their face and they went about their business and they did what they had to do, and the resilience and the strength of these people was just amazing. It was just overpowering.
Good evening. We have some very bad news to report from right here.
The Sky9 crash was probably my worst moment on the air. It happened shortly before the 5 o'clock news started, and we went an hour at that time. And we did not have confirmation that our pilot, Leo Galanis, and our chief photographer, Brian Hostetler, had died. We got that confirmation during the hour. About 2 minutes after we got off the air, I went down to my desk and just buried my head in my hands and just bawled. But I managed to suppress it for the hour. But that was very, very hard because those two guys, we loved them dearly.
We should tell you that we're operating under considerable duress this afternoon.
There's a sign on my desk, and it's been there for many, many years, and it's getting a little weathered and worn out. But it says, "Hype is the triumph of image over substance." And when I clean my desk out after my last night, I'm going to leave that sign there. And I hope that some young staff member will come along and take that sign and put it on his or her desk, and not only display it, but also believe in it and live by it. And when I come in to do one of my substitute nights not very long from now, I'm going to look around the newsroom to see whose desk that sign is on, if anyone's. And if it is on somebody's desk, and it is on display, then I will consider that my legacy, and that will be huge.
What are you going to miss the most?
Oh, I think I'll miss the camaraderie and just the ability and the strength of the people that I respect the most, that I work with, you among them. There are a lot of parallels between this business and professional sports, and so I have to use a lot of the same cliches. I'll miss the camaraderie of facing the challenge of getting the news product on the air at a second, you know, hitting the deadline right on the nose, being ready, being there. I'll miss that. I'll miss the excitement of it. And I'll also miss being in the center of activity, in the sense that people count on me to report what's going on, and I'll miss the challenge of trying to get it right and trying to get it complete, and just the adrenaline rush that comes with that. I'll miss that a lot.
But you'll be able to miss it in the comfort of your home, sitting in your recliner, right? And when you mention...
I hope I won't fall asleep. Don't take it personally if I do,
I'll try not to. So when you talk about some young staff member, that means present company excluded, I'm sure.
No,
then.
you're young. I would be very honored if you would take that sign and put it on your desk.
I might do that then.
Okay.
If you'd like to send a personal greeting to Ed, you can email him at 9news.com/Ed, and we'll be sure to pass all those messages along.
If you have a news tip, tell us about it. Go to 9news.com and press the 9 News tip button, or call us at 303-871-9100.
Later on an all-new Tonight Show from the World Championship.